He said his barbell bench press is stuck between 100 and 120. You see his chest is more concentrated here, right? Yes, the upper part is relatively flat, so the lower part is fuller. Do you do more dips or pec deck, just flat bench press? That means your flat bench press mainly targets the middle and lower chest. Let me test his limit. Next, I'll show you how to make a single adjustment to break through his limit. Now it's 80 kilograms. He can only press 3 reps, then add another 1100. Look, 65 kilograms, 65. If he can push up to 130, that would be king level, twice his body weight. Alright, he's getting a bit shaky. Adding another 5 kilos will basically max him out. I'm testing his limit, he can't push it up. Let me see if I can help him adjust and get it up. At 110, take a breather. When you feel ready, go for it. Relax. Do it yourself. Come on, do it yourself. Hey, not bad, 115. Got it. Relax, let him do it himself. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. He can't lift it himself. 115 is exactly his limit. Now I'm going to help him adjust his form. Let me first explain the breathing technique for bench pressing. Some people, after lying down, take a deep breath, then unrack the bar, lower it, and only exhale after pushing it back up. That's one way to breathe. The second way is to take a deep breath, unrack the bar, and exhale, then inhale again. Hold your breath as you lower the bar and push it up. Do you understand the difference between the two? I recommend you use the first method because with the second one, the heavier the weight you push, the harder it is to breathe in. In other words, you lie down and take a deep breath, get into position, unrack the bar, lower it, and only exhale after you push it back up. It's recommended to use this method if you want to be able to push the weight up. Don't lie down. Unrack the bar, exhale, then take a deep breath again before lowering the bar and exhaling again. If you do it this way, you won't be able to get enough air in and the internal pressure won't be sufficient. These are just 2 types of breathing methods for the stomach and intestines, but there are quite a few issues with them. It's likely that he hasn't systematically learned this. Bench pressing, including the bench, breathing, pelvis and feet positioning, and bar placement. I'm now going to help him adjust each of these step by step. When lying down, you see, after he lies down now, the vertical line of the bar goes straight down to his chin. His lying position is incorrect. The correct position is that the vertical line of the bar should be aligned with the eyes. The vertical line of the barbell should be over the eyes, not the chin. If it's over the chin, it turns into a guillotine. If you can't lift it up, it's easy to press down on your neck. If it's aligned with your eyes, when you can't lift it, it will fall onto your chest. Why do so many people get crushed doing bench presses when there's no one spotting them? Because their chin ends up behind the bar. If you can't lift it and try to rack it but miss, it falls directly onto your neck or upper chest. If you can't push it down, it gets stuck right at your neck. So this is very important. That's why the bar should be aligned vertically with your eyes. If you can't rack it, it will fall onto your chest and you can tilt it to the side to get out from under it. But if you lie too far up, you won't be able to slide the bar down and you simply can't rotate it. You won't have any strength left and you won't be able to push it to the side either. So the bar will just slide down to your neck and get stuck there. If you position yourself a bit lower, even if you can't push the bar up, it's okay. When you can't rack it, you can lower it to the second safety catch. Don't just lie down with your legs spread open right from the start. Since there's no support underneath you, after you lie down, your legs should be bent and then your feet should stay flat on the ground. When you open your legs outward, your feet must remain in contact with the ground. You can't lift them up or open your legs with your feet off the ground. Right? This way, your gluteus maximus will be engaged and activated, making it stronger. After opening your legs, keep your feet on the ground and pull your forefoot back. This way, your hamstrings will also be engaged. With both your gluteus maximus and hamstrings activated, you'll have strength and stability. You can't just lie down with your legs spread apart. No matter how hard you try, you won't be able to use your strength. If you simply spread your legs and lie down, your gluteus maximus is passively shortened right from the start, so it can't exert any force no matter what you do. That's why your lower body will be unstable and lack support. Without support, if you just rely on pushing hard with your hands, you won't be able to push much weight. That's the second step. The first is your lying position, and the second is how you open your legs. The third is how you grip the bar. His right hand grip is fine, but his left hand grip is incorrect. After you grip the bar, what kind of feeling should you have? You should feel like you're trying to bend the bar in half. Try to bend it. Can you generate force? When you try to bend it, your pisiform bone gets support, and so does the web between your thumb and index finger. You should have the feeling that you're trying to bend the bar in half. Next, I want you to do this. After you lie down, first bring your legs together and place your hands here. At this point, exhale, tighten your abdomen, and contract your pelvic floor. Only after exhaling should you tighten your abdomen and contract your pelvic floor. When exhaling, don't deliberately tighten your abdomen or contract your pelvic floor. Do that after you've finished exhaling. Then inhale fully into your chest. When training your chest, you need to use chest breathing, not abdominal breathing. If you can tighten your belt, then when you inhale, you should fill up here and here, and you won't actively puff out your chest. Grip tightly, open your legs, open them against the ground, and then pull them back. When lowering the bar, it should come down above the challenge at this position. This way your chest can exert force and connect properly. Don't look with your eyes. Looking at the barbell is wrong because the barbell is below and your eyes are above. If you look, you'll lower your head and tuck your chin. So when you're bench pressing, use your peripheral vision. When you look, don't look down. Look up to see if there's any twisting or if one side is higher than the other. So don't look like this. If you do, it's a mistake. If you look like this, I'm telling you, it's very easy to straighten the natural curve of your cervical spine through training. Because when you look like this, your cervical spine is curved. But if you keep looking at the barbell while pressing for a period of time, your cervical curve will disappear. Since you're lifting such heavy weights, under this kind of load, the natural curve of your cervical spine gets trained away. That's why many bodybuilders are very strong. But when you look at their x-rays, the natural curve of their cervical spine is straight and their thoracic curve is also straight. This is the reason. Look at the weight. Can you take a full breath and do 6 reps in one go? Make sure you get all these details right. Don't grip first and then inhale. If you grip first and then try to inhale, you won't be able to get enough air in. Take a deep breath first, then grip, open your legs, engage your hamstrings and glutes, and plant your feet firmly. Don't look at the target. It's much more stable this way. See, it feels very stable now. There's no problem with this. This way, when you're pressing, it won't wobble. Do you know what he said just now when he was pressing? My legs are shaking so much. That's because there was nothing supporting underneath. Your upper and lower body were disconnected while lying down. How are you supposed to press like that? How can you handle heavy weights? Now, when you're pressing, your legs are much more stable, but your left hand is still a bit off. Let me help you adjust it. I'll tweak it a bit. When you unrack the bar, you see your hand just collapses down. Right, you need to grip tightly with the base of your palm and these 3 fingers. There can be no exceptions and your hand can't tilt. On the outside, the bar should press against the pisiform bone, and on this side, the web between your thumb and index finger and the thenar eminence should be supporting it. When you press, you should feel that this area never rotates at all. It's always firmly pressed and the contact area is quite large. It should feel very stable with no gaps in the middle where you're pressing. If you feel any part being lifted or twisting, then you won't be able to handle heavy weights. Your right hand grips better than your left. Your right hand grip is stronger than your left. Your left hand doesn't grip correctly. It's wrong. You lack experience, so you can't spot it at a glance, but I can tell right away that your left hand isn't gripping properly. When you press, both sides are unbalanced. You need to press against the pisiform bone and twist to lock it in tightly. Bow slightly, take a deep breath, and whether you're pushing up or down, the contact area doesn't change. It's always pressed firmly at the top. You should always feel like that one plane is pushing it up, and that's correct. This way, it's much more stable. Before, you were using the center of your palm to push directly upward. How could your wrist possibly handle such a heavy weight? If you add 100 kilograms, your wrist won't be able to take it. That's why you need to use this part. No matter how much weight you add, the pressure on your wrist won't be too great. Just now, you were pressing with your palm, so it's easy for it to tip over and become unstable. This is called power wrist. This is called island wrist. Your wrist collapses because you're pressing here. So you need to press at an angle on the pisiform bone like this. Only then will it work. Let me add a bit more weight for you to try. Now it's 80 kilograms. What are you mainly feeling? The main thing is to feel your pelvis, your hamstrings, the stability of your feet, and the stability of your left hand when you push. Just make sure to adjust all these things. Also, your biggest problem is that you always tuck your chin and look at the barbell. Don't look at the barbell. If you look at the barbell, you'll ruin your balance and stability. Don't lie down and open up like this. Yes, that's right. That's a bit better, but your left wrist is still not as stable as your right, not as steady as it was with 60 kilos. Now you've gone back to using your palm again because it's become a habit. You've reverted to your original grip. Let me help you adjust it again. You need to remember this feeling. Otherwise, you won't be able to break your PR. If you keep pressing up with the bar in your palm and just force it up, you won't be able to push it. Let me set it up for you. This feeling, your pisiform bone is pressing against the base of your thumb, right here, forming a diagonal line. It's just like this, pressing across. Imagine you're lying down, close your eyes and think, this isn't a barbell, it's just a stick. Grip this stick firmly, don't bend your wrist, and it'll be much better. First, take a breath. Lower it along that line. Feel the pressure. Feel it pressing firmly. Yes, now push straight up. Right, it's still not as stable as with 60 kilograms, is it? The point where your left hand is pressing keeps shifting around. Just lie here, grip it, and try pressing to see if you're pressing against the right spot. Don't lift the bar, just press and check. That's enough. Once you've got this right with your hands, I can let you try pushing. Close your eyes and feel whether the pressure on both sides is the same. If it is, that's correct. That's the feeling you want. But after you unrack the bar and lower it again, you still need to keep pressing at this spot. It can't shift away. When I add the weight up to 100, the heavier it gets, the more likely your hands are to shift. You'll notice that when you're at 60 kilograms, your grip is the best. You need to remember your reference point. You always end up below it. You're landing at the xiphoid process, so the force is only being applied to your lower chest. You see, your upper chest isn't getting much of the load. Second, you keep looking down. Third, your left hand keeps shifting. Fourth, you're lying down with your legs apart. You should keep your legs together before you start pushing and then open them up. This way, your gluteus maximus and hamstrings can help stabilize you there. You're out of strength. You've reached muscle failure, but I think you're much more stable now. Much more stable. Even though you've reached muscle failure, you're not wobbling anymore, right? His muscular endurance isn't great either. After he hit failure at 115 just now, he still hasn't recovered, and now he can't even push 100. That's because for these 2 hours, every set we've done has been with heavy weights, without reducing the load at all. You couldn't do it by the second set. If you go do some pull-ups and then come back to bench press, you'll have more strength. You can use this as a warm-up. He benches unsupported, lowering the bar so the weight presses into his palms. This technique requires a spotter for heavy sets to avoid risk. Try this after back exercises. You'll likely feel stronger benching then. Lift it up. After working your back, you can lift a lot more.